Don't Worry Baby, and it's pretty prophetic, isn't it? Don't worry, baby. Really.
Especially from the Beach Boys down at Secret Harbour locality on the ocean.
Oh, that was a great segue, wasn't it?
Perfect. Did you plan that?
Stretch our heads.
So, from the Greens, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes,
Please?
all right. Get used to this.
that's all
So
right.
I'm Rhi Davies. I'm a Rockingham local. I've lived here my whole life. I don't want to leave here ever. I love it so much. I was offered this opportunity and I was like, yes, this is so perfect. Like, how could I not? To sort of, like, just try to do my bit, I think, to make my mark and see if I can contribute to my community here. So, yeah, I'm a local mum. I have 3 kids. My husband's in the Defence Force, which I thought made for an interesting angle for a new candidate.
Oh, wow.
And, I'm just very much a part of this community, and I think that someone in the community needs to be a voice for the community.
I think just a general question, and I'll ask this to all the candidates, come on. Why did you align yourself? You could align yourself with Labor, Liberal, the Cannabis Party, One Nation. Why did you align yourself to the Greens, Rhi?
I think the Greens just overall stand for everything I do. They're for people and the planet, and that's what I care about as well. I think they have the most, they care about humanity. They care about making sure that we have a good future for our kids, and I don't see the other parties. They say that they do, but I don't think their actions are reflecting those values. So I think the Greens speak to what I believe in, and I want to support them. I think we need more seats at the table.
Again, it's not I'll ask this to all the candidates. It's not why did you It's just an interesting thing. So Secret Harbour, you were mentioning just off air what areas does it encompass, the Secret Harbour?
Yeah, so the Secret Harbour electorate begins just inside the border of Warnbro, really. So it covers half of Warnbro, it covers Port Kennedy, Secret Harbour, Singleton, Golden Bay. So it's like the city of Rockingham is just this huge, long city, and we're just all these different suburbs in it. And I think that's an important thing to remember in this election, because there is a lot of talk about Secret Harbour, and that brings to mind the beach, beachfront. But it's also Port Kennedy has, I think, and Warnbro has quite a different set of needs, and they have a different demographic, and I think that we need to speak for them as well. So that's really important to me. And Singleton, that's different in itself. We're all the same, and we all have the same worries, though, I think, that's as a whole. But
so interesting you mentioned the demographics are different between, say, Port Kennedy and, say, Secret Harbour. What is the difference there, do you see, Rhi?
Okay, I don't have any official facts about this, but I would say I spend a lot of time in Port Kennedy and Warnbro, so that's where I shop and I spend time, because I live right on the border of Warnbro. So, and I would say, and I used to live in Warnbro too. I lived there for a number of years, and I think Warnbro and Port Kennedy, the socio-economic situation is slightly different. They're older suburbs.
Yes.
They have older people there. There's a lot more disabled people there.
Oh, really?
But then you've got the other suburbs sort of starting to build up and make their mark, and their different personalities, and I think it's just really important.
And children, I guess.
Yeah.
And young families and the need for schools.
Yeah, and Port Kennedy, a lot of people, there's not so many kids there anymore, and it's so, I think they all need to be represented, and I think that's really important for the candidates to recognise that.
Yeah.
Because we speak for everyone who lives in this electorate.
And it's sort of like, if I'm correct, which very rarely am I correct, Debbie.
I don't believe that.
It is from what I've read, it's at the moment a strong Labor seat.
It is, yes.
About 11%. Is that the swing to? Is that the swing that they would need to be?
I'm not going to lie, I don't really.
That's
know.
all right. It doesn't matter.
This is my first foray into politics. And I've decided to just launch right in there. But I'm not really sure on that side
that's
of
okay.
things.
I mean, and that's a good thing about having somebody who doesn't know.
I think so.
It's better off saying, look, I don't know.
Yeah.
I always found out when I was working, and asked my wife, I said, look, I don't know. And Betty said, but I will find out for you and get back to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's even more important than trying to say, oh, yeah, well, I know this, that, the other, and you don't.
I agree. There's definitely people who do have those answers, but I think for me, I'm not really too focused on that. I'm focused about spreading the message and, doing our best, no matter what those numbers are, really. So,
sorry, Debbie, were you
No, I was just thinking, so the Greens in the city of Rockingham, and I'm looking, so you've got Secret Harbour by-election, that's within the city of Rockingham?
yes.
I'm just trying to get my...
Yes, we're just one huge big city, and
you've got various regions within that.
Yeah.
So within the city of Rockingham, are there many other Greens representatives, members?
There's heaps of us.
Lots of you?
Yeah.
So you get together and...
Yes, the brand Regional Greens, we get together and do all kinds of fun activities, which is really great. So there's a really amazing community in Rockingham. There's one of our members runs Friends of Point Perrin, so he does walks.
Yeah.
So that's James does that. A lot of the Greens, I've started gathering together into my little village, and we have dinner together every fortnight. We've started a community garden. Like, there's a lot of cohesion, and we're just trying to bring in more and more people to that village and build up more of a
caring
presence.
for the environment.
Absolutely.
And also the needs of all demographics within your electorate as well.
Yes,
You know Giz Watson?
I met her online for the first time the other night on Zoom.
Right, she just won some very nice awards for her Greens work and parliamentary work. I was at school with Giz. So
there you go.
There you go. I don't have many names to drop, but there you go. I've dropped one.
Yeah.
Rhi, we had some questions, and these are not from me. These are from questions we put out on our page. Would people like to ask questions? So when I'm saying I'm asking these without, or maybe you should have a look at them first.
I'm a visual
and
person.
otherwise, it's not really fair just to, I don't think, to ask those sort of questions without notice. So if there's anything that you sort of want to, she's ad-libbing, Debbie, if there's any of the questions there that Rhi thinks, and she shakes her head, I won't ask them, but that's fine. But if she's happy for me to ask them,
you can go for it.
I can go for it. So I'm interested in the demographics.
Yeah, of the Greens party?
No, more so of the, Rockingham's also been very, very strong Labor.
With Mr. McGowan.
Yeah, and it still is strong Labor. And, I'm assuming Secret Harbour is similar-ish. But with the demographics now changing, it's very interesting, I think, with a lot of younger families and people moving there. It's not like it's like a newish area, isn't it?
So are you seeing generational change in Secret Harbour now? Like older people selling their houses, younger families coming and buying them up, schools that have...
I think that people would like to see that happen, for older people to downsize and for families to move into their houses. But unfortunately, our country's in a situation where people can't afford to downsize. And, if you were to sell your house as an older person and try to downsize, it would cost you money because property prices have gone up so much that it's too expensive. So everyone's stuck right now.
They are.
And we just need to find an answer to that. And I think there is an answer out there. I don't have the answer right now, but there is one.
Yes,
we have some brilliant minds and we can come up with solutions.
Yeah. So
the questions.
Those questions.
Okay, well, we could go from the top. Let's just have a go. I know that our amazing Councillor Dawn Jacks is very, very on board with banning motorboats in the Shoalwater Marine Sanctuary to reduce penguin strikes. I can't say that motorboats will be banned, but I completely support it, and I know the Greens do support that as well. The penguins are pinnacle to Rockingham, and we do need to protect them at all costs from motorboats or climate change, whatever it may be.
It's the most beautiful sanctuary. There is a Shoalwater.
And I personally am a big fan of the pelicans over there. So it's such a special island. and I think we need to preserve it at all costs. So that's what I personally think, and I would support working towards making sure that there's plenty of ocean out there for motorboats.
Yes,
I think we can preserve big chunks of it for other creatures that live on our planet.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
good
Okay. The next one. What can be done to improve mental health in the area? Sorry, I'm just looking at this question here. What are your thoughts on a 24-hour GP type clinic in Secret Harbour to take not emergency but urgent load off of Rockingham Hospital? I think that's a great idea. This whole city of Rockingham is enormous, and we are just growing and growing and growing.
Yes.
All the time. So the more facilities we can have, the more infrastructure we can have to support people is I completely agree with that. I think it's a great idea. And as much as I do say, Secret Harbour is in the city of Rockingham, it's quite far down as well. So we have to factor that in. I think that's amazing. The amazing thing about living in Rockingham is you can start at the beach and you can keep driving for like 40 minutes and you're still at the same beach. We're just this huge, beautiful coastline, and we do need to make sure that everyone in both electorates in the whole of the city of Rockingham is supported, and having to drive from Secret Harbour all the way to Rockingham, if you just really need to be seen.
It's 20 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I completely support that. I think it's really good. And Rockingham Hospital, people go down there and they need to be seen, but they can't because it's just absolutely full of people. And, it doesn't look like they're, I mean, I may be wrong, but it doesn't look like they're upgrading it. I don't know if there are any plans to expand it to take in our growing suburbs.
And maybe
needs.
An ageing population as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And their needs.
Yeah, and we need to take care of that ageing population. We need to make sure we're there for them.
It's interesting, when I was talking to you about 6 weeks ago, I had done a little bit of a research on chronic disease, like lifestyle disease, like diabetes and that sort of thing, and the impact on our hospitals. And I haven't got the number right with me, but it was like around about 80% of our patients in hospitals are there from lifestyle disease.
Yeah.
And then you think, well, if we could clean that aspect up a lot, suddenly there's not, then hospitals are for babies, for accidents, for that sort of thing. How I can blend that into a question for a politician,
this is one of my,
it's a big lifestyle thing.
As a person, this is one of my passions. I love talking about preventative health. I love talking about...
I think that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like getting to the root of these things.
That's what it is, because the hospital's the...
end of the line.
The end of the
line.
and they're saying that's the solution, but it may be a solution, but you're better off, like you say, going, what is the root of the problem? Whether it be homelessness or drug dependency or these sort of things. I think a lot, and
the quality of our food, processed foods, and that sort of thing.
I just think, like you say, you fix that first.
Yeah.
And then the others won't be as bad, but we tend to go, we need more hospitals.
Well, it's the quick answer, isn't it?
It
but
is.
It's not the right answer.
No, I know.
No, yeah. I so believe that there's enough, if there's enough evidence to support that if we from birth set kids up with houses, not tents, but with houses and with the right food and the right early intervention and whatever supports they need, if we can start that as early as possible, we're going to reduce, and it's going to cost less. It costs so much money to treat chronic illness and things down the line. But if we just can raise happy, healthy people, we're going to eliminate so many of those problems. And that's what I'm a really big advocate for, is looking after, not waiting for a crisis.
Yeah, well, I
Preventing one.
Yes, looking after ourselves and making sure all people can access that as well. And that comes into the affordability. How can we make it cheaper?
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? I think, and I could be completely wrong, but I think Finland has one of the, is said to be the happiest country in the world. I think they have a heavy emphasis on family and a heavy emphasis on education, free education, and I'm not sure about the hospital system, but that's all ingrained from the start. And like what you're saying, the earlier we can do these things,
healthy families, good food, healthy families, investing at that level.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there is money to be spent on that. We can't say we don't have the money. We do. We can spend surpluses on that. We can tax big companies and use that revenue to support all Australians. I think the evidence is there to support that idea, and we just need more people pushing that along.
To support it too.
Yeah, and I just want to say, you know, like organisations like this one, you guys are so part of that fight. You know, you're looking after the community. You're building up happy, healthy people here and giving people opportunity to express themselves, I think. And I think that's really wonderful. I think it starts at at all levels. We need to be advocating for happiness and health.
I think, yeah. Is there another question there, Rhi?
How do these candidates intend to attack the cost of living when so many families are struggling? I think that one person can't do... I can't change everything. I don't have the magic answers, but what I can do is connect with people and stay connected with people and take their worries to where it's important. And if that doesn't end up being Parliament, that's fine. Maybe local council one day or some other organisation. But like listening to what people are worried about, writing it all down in my notebook and advocating every single day for what they have asked for and wherever that may be. And that, again, that starts at every single level. We all need to work together. And I think that working together is going to sort of bring about that effect. So, I mean, all I can say is I intend to attack the cost of living by not letting it go.
Yeah. I mean, and that's all, like you say, you're one person and, you know, what you can do is your bit, try and connect people.
Well, the Greens connectivity, you as a
exactly.
group within the city of Rockingham, that's a Greens centre, is it like a collective?
Yeah, I would say so, definitely. I think as well, just on this, something else that I'm passionate about is maybe we can't always change the systems. We can't change what's happening in the world right now, which is affecting our cost of living. But what we can do, what the Greens love doing, what I love doing, is building up our community to have a village where we help each other. So like we swap vegetables. Like I'm learning to grow my own food, and I have a group of people who come over for dinner and we share meals together. We are trusting each other enough to say, hey, I need this thing. Does anyone have this? I need a lift. I don't have enough food. And swapping and sharing and just sort of solving those problems together to see how we can help each other, I think can help. Building community resilience.
Quite a demographic range in the Greens in this locality, like...
Definitely.
There's you and your Greens friends or people you connect, not just necessarily
I think
friends.
the Greens are the most diverse group because often the Greens...
older people as well as
a lot of older people, but a lot of younger people as well. We are all people, and I think that the Greens care about people and the planet, and often marginalised people sort of gravitate towards each other, and so that's why we have that diversity. We have all the people who care about people and the planet coming together. We're not all about one industry or one corporation or one, one idea. We're here supporting each other. We are gender diverse. We are multicultural. We're a range of different ages. All my new best friends are over 50 now, and I think it's the best thing ever. Because there's so much more experience and wealth of knowledge there.
Information to offer and support to offer.
Yeah.
And, we can talk so freely about the issues that are bothering us.
And I think you hit one of the nails on the head. I think being able to talk freely is one of the best things. Like Debbie or me, I may have a different viewpoint on an item which is... close to your heart of the Greens, which is fine. And we can talk to you about why we don't assimilate with your thing. And you can say, yep, okay, I understand your point of view. Here's my point of view. And we both sort of learn a little bit. And it's got nothing to do whether you're sort of whoever you vote for. You can still have meaningful conversations without saying, well, I don't like Nick from IPL Radio because he questioned one of the things I believe in. I think, but it doesn't, it's just a conversation.
Yeah, conversations are conversation's a connection, and I think
Yes.
more and more these days, people are using social media to express themselves. But what the Greens do, and I think what I do, is we really encourage in-person connection, and we're connecting with the community in person. I don't use social media myself, and I make phone calls now, and I meet people for coffee. You know, I'll get out there and I'll talk to people. And do you know what? People are not scary. Everyone's so scared when you like online, people are too scared to approach their neighbours. Everyone's so normal, and everyone really just wants to be heard. And people are not actually that scary, as it turns out. And I think it's fantastic. It's kind of going back in time to a simpler time.
I think that's true. I think, look, if you chat to 100 people, you will get 3 or 4 who are just angry and you don't really want to talk to them, maybe. But that leaves another 94, 95 that you think, oh, wow, you know, they want the same thing I do.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And you can always find something to connect over.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it's very true. Is there another question now?
Yes.
Off?
What are your thoughts on AUKUS? I'm against AUKUS. The Greens are against AUKUS. We're the only party that's against AUKUS. We are not against a defence force. I just want to make that very clear. Not at all, but we are against forming an even closer military alliance with the US, especially right now. Personally, right now, I think that the US has just put out a worldwide warning to its citizens that they are at risk of being killed by their enemies anywhere in the world. And what we've seen is foreign countries in the UAE, Jordan the other day, you know, they are being attacked for hosting US soldiers and assets. And what our government, our federal government, is doing is building up US assets in our town. It is creating a target on our backs. And that's why I don't support it. I think the US Department of War is unhinged right now. And it's really important that we just take a step back and look at what kind of future we want. Do we want to be constantly fending off attacks from America's enemies? So we're very firmly against AUKUS. And the family, you know, the families of the people who will be serving on these submarines and serving with the Americans, you know, this comes back to us. There's a lot of us in this community. There's a lot of defence families. It's wives, husbands, it's children, it's mums and dads. We're everywhere. And I think that we, in terms of the election, we deserve a seat at the table because there is a lot of ex-serving members in Parliament. There's a lot of industry types, but there's not a lot of people representing the families. And if this really is so huge that we are throwing our all into building up our defence systems, then we need families at the table. And that's why I really want to be that person, to be a voice for the people who are left behind and who are on the home front every single day. So
That's
I feel
fair.
very strongly about that one.
Yeah.
No, look,
it's
it doesn't,
important.
you know, and that's the thing like we were saying before, it's good to hear the voice.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's Debbie or me, or we have a chat to you about it and we think, yes, no, but you're passionate about it, you have a voice, and you have a reason. You just don't say, I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want that because blah, 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 blah. So you got to have a reason or logic behind your discussion point is great.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to voice that.
Of
It
course.
is hard to get the message out. A lot of people in Rockingham are actually quite ignorant of what is happening. It's quite interesting that they don't really know. And I think we deserve transparency. This is our town.
And it's funny, you know, and that's the thing, like we say about conversation. I've had 2 interviews with Mark Schneider, who's basically a nuclear engineer who's come across from America and is working for AUKUS. And you listen to him and you go, wow, like all these things. And he talks about nuclear and this, that, the other. And I think, gee, I didn't know that. that. So as you talk to these people, and if you maybe talk, I'm not saying you should do, and he says what he knows, why not change what you believe? And good on you if you're having your opinion.
Yeah.
But you're opening up, or we open it up and connect with people
Yeah, and that's the most important
It is,
thing.
isn't
and
it?
that's what people are upset about, I think, is that this was not discussed with anyone, actually.
No.
Even in the toppest levels, it did not go through the right channels. And it's been thrust upon everyone.
Yep.
And that's what we're really bothered about, the lack of transparency.
Okay. Well, we're trying to give our representatives the equal amount of time, so it's so it's fair.
Absolutely.
So, Rhi, is there if you like, a final message, what you hope to achieve, how people can contact you, all those sort of things, if you're happy to say that?
Yeah, I think what I really want to say right now is that we're at a pivotal point in history. Things are on the precipice of major change. We have huge decisions to make right now, and I think we need to remember that every decision we make today impacts our future. And I just want everyone to remember that politics is for everyone. When people say, I'm not into politics, you are. Politics involves you. You are politics. It involves everything about your life. And we want to hear all voices. Every voice matters. And I really would like people to reach out. They can reach out. We have a Facebook and Instagram page. You can contact the Greens directly. My email address has been published. Some people have sent in some questions, which I'm really excited about answering.
Good.
And I just think the biggest thing is that we are all important here in Rockingham and Singleton and Safety Bay and just Secret Harbour. Just the whole city of Rockingham deserves to have their voice heard, and I'm here to hear the voices.
Okay, Rhi. Well, thanks very much for coming
Thank
in.
you so much for having me. This
That's
is
okay.
really great.
Hey, I always ask this, the last question to guests, the light-hearted one. Is there any sort of music that you like? Do you like music, or is there a
I
favourite?
love music. I love old music, actually. My parents always used to play the hits of the 70s, which was about 1,000 CDs in the car. I'm a big fan of Fleetwood Mac. My full name is Rhiannon.
Yeah.
So I do love that song.
Oh, yes, it was a great Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I do have Stevie Nicks, but it took me a while to cue it up. But I do have the song for the 70s, which is just coincidental, I suppose. Queen. We're going to play a bit of Queen.
I love Queen.
Okay, here we go. Thanks again, Rhi.